If you cannot source biscoff biscuits here, another spice biscuit works a charm in place. We also want to preheat our oven to 160 degrees Celsius or 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we get to making our super duper easy cheesecake bars. We want our biscuits to be super finely crushed here, and we'll just simply want to stir that melted butter through and then toss into our lined baking tin and spend as long as necessary really pressing that biscuit base into the tin. We need it to be really nicely packed here before we place it in the oven and bake for 10 minutes until it looks slightly matte on top. We want to set that aside to cool, and now we get to making our pumpkin cheesecake filling. So this is super quick and easy. All we want to do is, we do need a few bowls here by the way, we'll want to place our room temperature cream cheese into a bowl and beat that for approximately 2 minutes until no lumps, so it's nice and smooth there. And then we want to add in our sugar. We pre-beat our cream cheese to make sure that it is nice and homogeneous and that sugar can get into every little nook and cranny in our cream cheese as we're mixing. We'll want to combine or beat that sugar into our cream cheese mixture for approximately 1 minute. So not too long here, but enough to get it like nicely combined through. Then we'll want to add each egg separately. So add 1 egg and beat that for approximately like 30 minutes. My setting is pretty low for this mixture, so it's like 2 to 3 mark, and then add in our second egg and continue to combine that also. Once we've combined all those kind of wet ingredients to our cream cheese mixture, we'll want to add in our salt, which just adds a nice like depth of flavor to the sugar and the eggs, all of those flavors within that, and then our flour. If you are making a gluten-free one, you can absolutely substitute with cornstarch or corn flour or a gluten-free flour, because so little is required here. It's literally just 16 grams or 2 tablespoons of plain flour just to help the cheesecake set. If we don't use the flour, then we really will find it will still be quite jiggly no matter how long we bake it, because it just needs that flour to set the mixture. Want to set that cheesecake mixture aside, and then we'll want to stir our pumpkin spice mixture through our pumpkin puree. So get those nicely mixed before we introduce approximately 2/3. This is all approximate because this is up to however much I guess we kind of want. We do want more cheesecake mixture to be mixed within our pumpkin puree because it has that flour. So we'll want to combine those together to create this like really nice subtle orange color. Then I prefer to pour my pumpkin, like half to 2/3 of my pumpkin cheesecake mixture into the base of my tin, and then we begin layering our 2 cheesecakes to create this really nice beautiful swirled effect. This takes between 5 to 7 minutes if you are using a spatula like me and a tablespoon, because the more we layer, the more like beautiful this becomes. So we also want to, by about the 3rd or 4th layer, we want to just like gently shake our tin to get all of the cheesecake mixtures like nicely evened out and get rid of any air bubbles, as we then continue to introduce more layers of cheesecake mixture. Once we have swirled to our heart's content and both of those bowls are empty of cheesecake mixtures, we will then want to swirl to our heart's content. All you need is a skewer or a toothpick. If really pressed for time, you could use the flat portion of a knife, but you're gonna have to want to hold that really steady to get the really nice swirl effect. So you see here, we're just gonna swirl. Don't be too precious because the swirly just adds so much texture here. And then we want to bake for 40 minutes. Want it still be jiggly in the center, and then we want to let it chill for several hours, preferably overnight, before we slice into this. This is a great make ahead. There we have these beauties. Do let me know in the comments below your thoughts and subscribe for more videos like this.